This summer, say I do.
I am marrying a stranger.
Like never before.
Am I crazy?
It's a whole new Married at First Sight on Peacock.
Thank God I woke up in love.
With new experts.
My name is Dr. Lisa.
My name is Paul Brunson.
More couples.
This could be the start of a very successful marriage.
And more surprises.
Or maybe not.
Everything is just not enough.
You're a little bit crazy.
I don't know what's gonna happen. I want my fairy tale ending.
Married at First Sight, now streaming. New episodes Thursdays, only on Peacock.
Hey, it's Christy from Lululemon, and I'm here at the office checking out the Shake It Out shorts. These have been my go-tos, and I kind of think of them as a middle ground between a true run short and a more playful, athletic, sporty short. They have all the performance you want for running, so a comfy liner, our lightweight Swift fabric, even a pocket for your keys. But what I really like is the flowy fit and layered hem. It gives it a little bit of volume, a little bit of fun, so they feel as good on a run as they do just at coffee afterwards. You can find the Shake It Out shorts in-store now or online at lululemon.com.
What kind of car are you driving?
A Honda Accord.
What kind of car were you driving?
A Honda Accord.
This is the plaintiff, Junie Kaiser. She says she foolishly put the car she owns in the defendant, her niece's name. One day her niece got mad at her, canceled the insurance, and her car was picked up off the street, impounded, and she can't get it out because it's not in her name. This whole thing's one big family drama. She just wants it to be settled and is suing for the $5,000 she's owed. This is the defendant, Nicole Kaiser. She says her aunt couldn't get the car on the road because of past problems, so she helped her out. The plaintiff was supposed to pay half the expenses, but fell behind, and any predicament she finds herself in today is 100% her own fault. She's accused of letting an auntie down. The defendant has filed a countersuit for $2,000 for unpaid parking tickets, insurance costs, and pain and suffering.
All parties, please raise your right hands.
What you are about to witness is real. The participants are not actors. They are actual litigants with a case pending in civil court. Both parties have agreed to drop their claims and have their cases settled here before Judge Marilyn Milian in our forum, the People's Court.
Be seated and come to order, please. Litigants have been sworn, Your Honor.
Thank you, Douglas.
You're welcome, ma'am.
Okay, Junie Kaiser.
Yes.
You are suing your niece, Nicole Kaiser, for $5,000 in damages that you say you have sustained as a result of her taking plates back from you on a car you had registered in her name. You have a counterclaim against her for $2,000 because according to you, her failing to pay her insurance ended up getting your car impounded. Why don't you try taking me from the very beginning? You buy a car and you can't get it registered in your own name because of what?
Because my license are suspended.
And so you register the car in your niece's name? Okay.
Yes.
And you do this why?
Because she needs to get back and forth to work.
And was somebody driving her or was she driving herself?
She was driving herself.
Of course she was. And did you two have a close relationship?
That's my favorite aunt. So I did it for her to help out, you know. So
How close were you two?
Like this.
Right? Like you hang out together and stuff?
Yeah, we did everything together almost. So what made us fall apart, though, was this situation. It shouldn't have happened because all I asked her to do was pay her insurance every month on time.
And what happened? She stopped?
She didn't want to pay her insurance one month because we had gotten into altercation, argument.
What was the altercation or argument about?
Well, my best friend is her son's baby mother. So I guess she said something to my cousin, went back, and he got back to her. She got upset, said she wasn't going to pay the insurance.
So according to you, she stopped paying insurance to get back at you for being gossipy, I guess, in her eyes.
Yeah.
Okay. According to you, what is it that happened?
What happened was Nicole wanted to use the car one day.
Your car that's registered in her name.
Right.
Does she have a car, another car, her own car?
She had her own car at this time.
What kind of car are you driving?
A Honda Accord.
What kind of car were you driving?
A Honda Accord.
What year was your car?
2095.
And yours is 95. Okay, so go on.
Okay, so
Did you have another car registered in her name before
Yes,
that?
I did.
A what?
A Cadillac.
Okay, go on.
So she kept calling the phone wanting to use the car. My kids called me too. It was like, Mom, Nicole's parked in the back by your car. I said, yeah, she wants to use the car, but I'm not going to let her. Don't give her my key. We just ignored her call. So she got the message, she left. That's when she told McKill whatever I said, and that's how everything snowballed.
Oh, so you say that the reason she got gossipy was because she was mad you didn't loan her the car.
There you go. That's exactly what happened.
Okay. And you say the reason she didn't loan you the car was because you got gossiping.
No, what happened was she came 3 days later, took the plates off the car, said, I'm taking the car off the insurance. She left with the plates. This was April 6th. The insurance wasn't due till April 23rd.
Okay, stop a second. Let me just ask you this. Is that accurate that insurance was due April 23rd?
No. It was going to cancel on the April 20th if we didn't pay by the 20th.
So nothing was owed on the insurance on the day that you take the plates?
No.
No.
And according to you, she took the plates in April?
What happened with the plate was Nicole took the plates twice. She took them the first time, like I said. She brought them back a couple of hours later. My husband called me.
Maybe that's where
He
we're
said
going
she
here.
brought the plates back.
When did you take the plates?
I didn't take the plates until the end of July.
Okay.
But she said she still took the car off the insurance.
So now she comes in August to take the plates.
Right.
With
No,
the
she comes
police.
to take the car. Well, she wants to take the car because she has the police and she has the title. And the police sees the title. He's like, I got to go with this title.
Is that
because
what
it's legal
happened?
She didn't get the car because I didn't have the key to the car, but she took her
You
plates.
had the key. Yeah, you did. You had the key. Well, all right, so go on.
She took her plates and she left.
Okay.
Okay, then I had to park on the street, so they impounded it because it wasn't registered right or to be on the street.
Why is the impounding her fault when you knew that you had a car with no plates at all and you're parking it on the street?
Because I couldn't register my car because she wouldn't give me my title back. Yeah.
You don't deny that she's the one who's paid for the car, right?
No.
Right. Let's get to why you won't cooperate first. All right. Your counterclaim includes $1,065, $8 a day from April 21st to August 31st.
Because the registration got canceled because she didn't pay her part of the insurance.
But you knew that she hadn't paid her part of the insurance, so why didn't you just take the plate sooner?
When the day I went to her house to get the plates, like she exclaimed, the first time I went there, she called my grandma complaining. My grandma said, Nicole, don't worry about it. If she wants those plates, let her have them. That's when I got in the mail this letter right here stating that every day that the plates is out, it's going to be $8 a day.
Right, but
So
then why are you
I
listening
explained
to your grandmother? Your grandmother's, you have to
explained
protect
her,
yourself.
But
So
I
why
did
didn't
not
you
know that it was $8 a day?
Okay, but that all right, but it turns out it was.
Yes.
And then you find out she has 2 tickets. You have a $100 ticket
and a $50
on the
ticket.
Cadillac. That's how I knew you drove a Cadillac. And you have a $50 ticket, right?
I don't know nothing about that ticket neither. Show me proof for that. I don't know nothing about it. I didn't
Okay.
get no tickets on the Cadillac.
Where do you live?
I live in Poughkeepsie, New York.
Because the $50 ticket has a plate that is NY. Who has that plate?
Her Honda.
Does that sound right?
I don't remember the plate number. They don't even put the name of the car?
Well, they did. You know what they put?
What?
Honda.
And they didn't put the year?
Actually, I don't even think they put that on this one. They didn't even
Because
put,
she has a Honda too. So you
I
have to
know.
You know
This
what I'm
is
saying?
The tickets I got, I did not bring
10,
with me. I wouldn't
12.
do that. I don't never do that to you.
5,
I'm not
10,
sure.
12.
Girl, bye.
Street cleaning.
Yeah, I did get that ticket. I remember that because I was parked by my sister's
Okay.
house.
All right. What you're suing for are several things. You're suing for $315 to restart your insurance. Show me something from the insurance that's proof that of your first item that you're suing for, the $315.
That's for the cancellation for the insurance.
My dear, give me proof of the $315.
I did not print it out.
Okay, well, then
Because
you
I
don't
got
have...
it sent to the email and I didn't have enough time to get it printed out. Because I had to
Okay,
print it.
well, there are consequences to not getting your act together when you go to court. The part you had to pay or else get canned by April 20th was $90.33.
Which she was
You
supposed to
send them $100, and that $90.33 represented her half that she didn't pay. All right. When she didn't send her part by April 20th...
It canceled.
Okay, and nobody sent anything on April 20th, right?
And I explained to her that.
Okay.
I have enough money to pay for my insurance. That's why I didn't
got
do
it.
every
Now,
month.
my next question to you is, can you prove that someone is charging you $315? And the answer is no.
And I just told you what
Okay,
happened.
and that's fine. And I just told you I need proof when you're asking for stuff. All right. Do you have proof that it's $1,065 in the registration charges from April to August?
No, but I went to DMV. They wouldn't give it to me, but they said it's $8 a day, so I just...
Yeah, don't even feel too bad about that, because I still think I wouldn't pin that on her if you chose to listen to your grandmother and leave plates with her when you knew it was $8 a day.
I wouldn't listen to my grandmother if she didn't call her complaining.
It doesn't matter. Obviously, since your address is the address that the city has, they're sending the notices that there's a problem to your house, right? Mm-hmm. Okay. So the $100 parking ticket you have established, the $50 parking ticket you have established. Her half of the insurance, what are you suing, $100, meaning in April? Mm-hmm. Oh, so you mean the $90.33?
Yeah, but she was supposed to pay $100.
I agree with you. The $90.33 is something that she should pay for. And pain and suffering. Tell me about that. $370 in pain.
Because I can't get my car on the impound because I have to show proof that my insurance and my registration now is cleared. But I cannot do that because now, of course, I don't have the money, and she knows that. So why should I have to pay for all this when it's your fault?
What a mess. Why didn't you pay for the insurance?
Because she said she took the car off.
You needed it insured. There have been all kinds of things that have happened because of your stubborn attitude. No, you listen now. It's not just sad that this happened. It's really sad that this happened between the two of you. Because this is your favorite aunt. Do you love your aunt? Mm-hmm. And this is a niece that you were really close to. Do you love your niece?
No, I don't. I don't.
You know you're a liar.
I'm not lying.
You know you're a liar. I know that you're both incredibly angry at each other, but you cut your noses off to spite your faces.
Yeah.
Okay? You have a car. The car is in her name. You two have a problem, whether it's she wants to borrow the car and you don't let her, or she's smack talking to your boyfriend's girlfriend, or whatever it is. Okay? The day comes that your insurance is due and you don't pay your insurance. When you don't pay your insurance, she goes over to take the plates. Grandma gets involved and you leave the plates. Bad idea. You should have at that moment taken the plates. You should have taken the plates in April. Mm-hmm. But instead, you let grandmama give you bad advice, thinking it'll keep the peace in the family. But grandma's not a lawyer. It is predictable that there would be a charge on the part of the city for having a lapsed registration. And then what do? It's very clear you didn't pay April, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so you know the insurance is gonna be canceled. You don't have a right to expect that she's gonna pay your share, okay? So you know you have no tags, you know you have no insurance, and you park your car on the street and it gets sold, but you want her to pay for that. Now you lost your car. Boy, you sure showed her, huh? And then you sue her for a $100 parking ticket, $50 parking ticket, yes. Her part of the insurance, which is $90.33, she didn't pay in April because you're liable for it, yes. Okay, and what else? You want her to pay to restart your insurance. I would give you that if you had an iota of proof in front of me, but you have to have proof when you come to court, okay? And you want her to pay for pain and suffering, really? Because I think you sort of assumed the risk when you got into this messy legal situation, all right? But you also want me to make her pay $1,065 for the registration being suspended. And I am not gonna make her pay that. You have legal obligations when you put stuff in your name. People do this all the time. They take the plates, they turn them in. But you don't let grandma talk you out of it. Tell grandma she cost you $1,000-something bucks. So I'm not gonna order her to pay that amount. And then what happens? Because the registration's messed up, did your car get impounded or no?
No, my car got impounded because of my own tickets. My own thing.
Right. I am gonna order her to pay the insurance for April. Ironic, right? I'm gonna order you to do the one thing that if you had done, all these other bad things would have happened to either of you. The $90.33, I believe she owes it to you. The $100 and the $50 for the tickets, I believe she owes to you. I'm gonna order her to pay you $240.33. On your claim against her, 0. Now we have a problem, and we need to figure out this problem, okay? Which is that you have the title. And you're already on record saying to me, it's not your car, you did this to help her out.
She's not getting it. Honestly, if she would have paid her part, we would, like you said, we wouldn't have been in this predicament.
I don't even know what to tell you.
Yeah.
I need my car.
I need my car, too.
And it's mine.
We're both in the same predicament.
It's not fair that I'm losing my car.
Don't talk to each other. Court is in recess.
All rise.
Welcome back to the People's Court. Harvey Levin here. Would you ever put your car in a relative's name because, say, your license was suspended?
I believe I would.
Okay, which relative? Mother, father, sister, brother, what?
Any one of them.
Any one of them. You trust all of them?
Trust all of them.
Fair enough. Would you trust any relative you have with your car?
If it was a relative I didn't like, probably.
Okay, brother, sister.
My brother. My brother.
You would trust your brother?
I would trust my brother.
Who wouldn't you trust?
My sister.
Oh, perfect. I was really honest. That's great. What about you?
I mean, I'd put it in my mom's name. I trust my mom, so.
Fair enough. Okay. I love that. Going inside the courtroom.
Let me just ask you a question I'm curious about. Do you have children?
Yes, I have one child.
And were you close to that child?
Yeah, that baby has my name.
The baby has your name? Seriously? All right. One of the things that the plaintiff is suing for is either the value of the car or specific performance. And what that means is she wants you to sign over the title. You look me right in the eye and say, I'm not going to do that. So I am going to give you a direct order to sign over the title. I'm going to give you 5 days to do it, and then we're going to have a contempt hearing after those 5 days.
Okay.
I will see you folks in 5 days. I hope I don't.
Okay.
First, we'll talk to the defendant coming out of the courtroom here. Here, step right in here. You're shaking your head no as the judge is ruling. What are you thinking?
Because for me to do a favor for somebody, and you telling me you want your car, so you want the title to your car, so you can get your car out, but my car is impounded too. You want me to have car either, right?
Someone's got to step forward here first and make the first gesture. Come in a little closer. Don't leave me yet now. What would have to happen for you to bury the hatchet, warm things back up? You know, take a step toward one another as good relatives and loved ones again.
Me have my car. Because of me being nice to someone, I have no car now.
Well, the judge issued an order. What's going to happen?
It's not going to get done.
Right down there. All right, step on in here. Did I see tears in your eyes?
Yes, you did, because it was a lot of lies told. But in the end, I'm getting my car back, and that's all that matters to me.
You'd rather have a piece of metal with four rubber tires on it than a niece who loves
That's right,
you?
playing my music and driving by her while she's walking. You're right.
All right, Harvey.
Okay, real quickly, for the update, the defendant did eventually sign the title over to the plaintiff. Now, we'll do it for this case. Litigants for the next case on the way into the courtroom right now.
Choice Hotels get you more of what you value. Comfort Inn, it's calling your name. Save on the stay. Oh, and free waffles are yours to claim. Book direct at choicehotels.com.
If you've ever blasted synth beats from your boombox or burned CDs for your besties, this one's for you. As people get older, much like their music tastes, their health needs change. AG1 is the simple daily health drink designed to deliver over 75 essential daily nutrients and pre- and probiotics to support energy, digestion, and mood, so you can make the most out of every decade and dance break. Learn more at drinkag1.com.
This is the plaintiff, Joseph Wheeler. He says the defendants moved into a property he owns in Orlando, Florida, and they continually flush things into the toilet that shouldn't be flushed, if you know what it means. They also got a dog who wreaked havoc on his place, and then, to top things off, they moved out in the middle of the night without informing him. He's suing the slackers for $3,179.82, the amount he's owed. These are the defendants, Julianne DeLucci and Brock Dinsmore. Julie says there were issues with the apartment from day one, and they told the plaintiff about them over and over again. They did their homework and discovered there were 17 code violations on the place. The way the plaintiff operates is atrocious. He's nothing more than a shady slumlord, and they owe the chump nothing. They're accused of getting out early.
All parties, please raise your right hands. Litigants have been sworn, Your Honor.
Thank you, Douglas. Okay, Joseph Wheeler, you are suing Julianne DeLuce and Brock Densmore for $3,179.82 that you say they owe you in back rent and fees. Tell me what's going on.
My wife and I own a travel agency in Orlando, Florida, and we also have some rental property. About the second week in August of 2010, I advertised the property.
Oh, you're starting way back.
Yes.
They move in, and what goes wrong?
Approximately 2 weeks after they moved in, they contacted me and said that there was a few little issues they'd like to have cleared up. The biggest of which was they wanted the bathroom tile to be regrouted. I regrouted the entire bathroom. At that time, I had them initial paragraph 5 on the lease stating they had checked it out thoroughly and everything was in good repair and order.
Okay.
Everything seemed to be fine for approximately 8 months. At that time, they called me and said they were having a problem with some mice. I notified them that underneath the terms of the lease, it was the tenant's responsibility to take care of extermination. Although I would come over and set some bait traps. I did that, and then a couple of weeks later, they contacted me and said that their kitchen drawer had broken. I have some photographs. I mean, it didn't just break, it was destroyed.
Let me see the photographs.
These are the photographs of the kitchen drawer, and I basically had to rebuild it.
Okay.
And they had a leak underneath the bathroom sink.
Did they say how it had
They did not.
broken? Okay, well, why are you implying they did something wrong? I mean, it's sort
Well,
of,
it's-
I'll be
it's a
honest with
little
you, it's sort
more
of
than-
cheap. It's not exactly like dovetailed or anything else. It's just
No,
like nailed in.
but it's a
and-
little bit more than just pulling the drawer and having the
I don't
face
know.
pop off.
I don't know that
mean,
that's obvious to me from what I'm seeing, but okay, so go ahead.
Okay.
So-
And they had a couple little other issues that needed to be attended to. You know, there was a leak underneath the bathroom sink. Took care of that. Everything was fine. On the, it was April 25th, they called me and said they had a problem with the toilet flushing properly. I went over, I inspected it, the main line was clogged up. I rented a plumbing snake, I cleared the main line. Everything was fine for about 3 weeks. And then they called me again, very irate, in the middle of the night, stating that the commode was backed up again, it was overflowing. The next morning, I cleared the line again.
With
and
another snake
with
that you
a
rented?
plumbing snake again, yes.
That you rented again,
I
or you
rented
own a
again.
plumbing snake?
Yes, I rented again. I have the receipts.
Okay. And then?
And I discovered that she was flushing her feminine products down the commode.
You do understand that that's actually the manufacturer's suggested way of disposal, right? Like that's actually how it's done. Unless there's a reason that you can't, like you have old plumbing, which, you know, could happen.
Well-
and so then you just have to tell a woman.
Right.
You just
Well,
have to tell a sister.
it is in
you
the
know,
lease.
You just got to let her
Yeah.
know. And then, you know. But had you, that's my point, had you ever
I
told-
hadn't specifically told them that, no,
All right.
that I recall, but it is in the lease. It states that any blockage of the main sewer line will be their responsibility.
So
when I told
at
them
this
that,
time, you then tell them, I am going to charge you for what?
correct, for clearing the sewer line and
And how much were you going to charge them for that?
$64.91 times 2.
Right.
They also had the repairs that were agreed to underneath the lease, if anything under $75.
And what repair are you referring to?
The kitchen drawer and the repairing underneath the sink. You know,
And they had agreed
included
in that
one.
lease, and we're going to talk about that
Okay.
in a second, because I think that might have ended up being a surprise, what you agreed to, that under 75, they'd stomach. And also
Right.
the extermination service, how did they end up being $65 when all you did was put out a few mousetraps?
Well, it was $50 for the service call.
From
and
whom?
Then from myself.
Says who?
Well, in the lease, it states that if they contact me to provide services for them, they will pay a $50 service fee, plus the cost of materials.
The strange part is that you didn't charge that. How much was the rental of the snake?
The rent of the snake was $14.91.
Oh, you did charge it on the other ones.
Yes, $50 for the service call, and then the cost of the snake.
See, this is where, you know, sometimes in an anatomy of a case, you can actually see where everything goes into the toilet.
So to
Okay,
speak.
pardon the pun in this case. And that's where it happened, because you've rented before.
Yes, ma'am.
These are all things a landlord pays for, right?
Right.
And the drawers are falling apart, and there's mice, and there's whatever. I mean, I'm saying it from their perspective.
Right.
It's got plumbing problems, and the guy comes and fixes it himself. Doesn't hire a licensed contractor. Fixes it himself and looks at you and says, "By the way, you owe me $65 for today.
Right.
$64.91 for the other day, and $64.91 for the other day, and $50 for the drawer and the other leak." And you're looking at him like, what? Go
That
ahead.
was this. We didn't know about these charges that he was suing
Until
us
this
for,
week.
the itemized ones,
never said
until
that.
this week. This is the first time we heard about the $50
Wait a minute,
drawer.
wait a minute, wait a minute. In your answer, hold on. In your answer to the complaint, you actually say that that's what went wrong between you guys. I thought it was that he had submitted the bill to you.
Well-
Did you give them a notice saying you're going to owe me all this money for repairs?
I did. I
And that
provided
was
them
in
with
May,
an
right?
invoice.
That
in
was
May,
in
May
May, right?
22nd. Yes, ma'am.
Right. And then how did you give them that notice?
I posted it on their door. I
Okay.
hand-delivered
Did you
it.
guys get a
No,
notice
ma'am.
posted on your door that said you'd be owing me this stuff?
No, ma'am.
Okay, it's right in your lease, though, right?
Yes.
I believe it does.
Yeah, don't sign a lease that says that again. Okay. And then don't be surprised if magically every bill is under $75.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? All right, you tell me then, what went wrong that made you just snap? The backing up of the toilet?
That, and then it was the tile job that he did was fine a couple months in, but it was a very temporary fix. Eventually, 2 of the tiles completely fell off of the shower. As far as the mice were concerned, that's something I couldn't deal with. I just couldn't.
Okay, so you call code enforcement, and code enforcement comes out on what day?
The 17th. May 17th. May 17th.
All right, and it does not go well for you, my friend, right?
No, not at all.
No, not at all. In fact, 17 different violations. A lot of them having to do with the sealing of the house and that it wasn't correctly sealed. But let's go over the violations. Okay, free the windows painted shut. Whose brilliant idea was that?
There
That's
was
a fire
no windows
hazard.
painted shut. There are numerous things on here that were not accurate, and I actually had to end up going over the code enforcement's head to the department head to have them cleared.
Do you have paperwork that closed this out?
It was closed out, yes.
I don't want to hear you talk. I want you to show me something.
I do not have the closing of the file, but yes, it has been closed.
Why wouldn't you bring that?
I don't know, honestly.
Yeah, honestly,
I didn't know that it would be
it's
an issue.
mystifying because one reason you didn't bring it is because you're not bright, and I don't think that's it. Or another reason you might not have brought it is because it doesn't exist. And that might be the conclusion I reach if I don't see it. And there might be some reasons why I might reach those conclusions.
Well.
Right? Like a little history that you might have with the city on these kinds of topics.
So is it safe, proper to flush feminine hygiene products down the toilet?
No, absolutely not.
Why?
Unless you hit your landlord.
I mean, will it clog things up?
Yes, it doesn't fit.
What?
Tampons are made to expand, so it's going to expand. It's because there's so much water. So, I mean, it's going to get big and it's going to clog your pipes.
Betty Nye, the science guy. I like that. Thank you very much. Thanks for the lesson. I'll remember it going inside the courtroom.
Why don't you tell me history he has with the city and code enforcement in Orlando on this property?
Well, I was able to, once I accessed the Orange County Property Appraiser's website, you see all of the properties that Mr. Wheeler owns. And once you go onto code enforcement, their website, you can see, all of the detailed violations for each of these properties. And they're excessive. Some of them really, really awful. For example, 2 houses down, there was a homeless person living in the back of one of his sheds. Vacant house is run down, squatter living in the shed and back. 2 doors down from our house.
Did you know it before you read it?
No, I found this 2 weeks ago.
Maybe he didn't know it either. Because you apparently found an article.
I did
that had
find
been
an
written
article
by the paper about certain landlords in town, and unfortunately, you're one of the landlords they wrote about, right?
That's true.
Number
How
3.
much do you owe Orlando? Like $1 million or something?
0.
When you say you owe them 0, what happened? Is that case resolved, or you had a hearing? Okay.
Yes.
So do you have that paperwork?
I do not now presently, but
That's fine. It's fine. It's fine because that doesn't have to do with my case. My case is very specific. I have the following issue in front of me. You then, with all these violations, send him a letter and you tell him, we're not paying you a penny of rent until you take care of these violations.
Yes, ma'am.
And then you live rent-free. And how much is the rent?
$7.95.
You live rent-free for 3 months there till the end of your lease, and then you move out.
Yeah.
So now, once they move out, you don't even know they've moved out.
No, ma'am.
Right. So how do you find out they've moved out? Because you guys aren't communicating during those 3 months? You're not trying to get things back into code?
I did. We went over to the property and we started making repairs to the property as I feel was necessary by my responsibility and the city code.
Well, let's see what else they say. They say free windows painted shut and provide operable locks. Provide rodent extermination, which actually falls under your obligation in the lease.
Correct.
Replace all damaged siding, seal all exterior holes and walls, paint all damaged siding on structure under permit with approval, remove mold, black staining at loose tile at bath, replace felled tile, regrout tub and shower, replace inoperable refrigerator with an operable one. What was wrong with the fridge?
It didn't work ever.
It leaked water. all the
that's
time,
what it is, right?
And it would freeze all of our food that was in the fridge. Like
Provide operable. Oh, actually, I did see a letter where you were complaining that it's half frozen, half. Okay.
Yes.
Provide operable smoke. No smoke detectors in the place?
It had smoke detectors. It had 2. The batteries had been removed.
Okay, you had a lot to do here. Provide skirting, okay. Needless to say, as you're standing here today, you don't have proof that all these were closed out, but certainly they didn't get closed out anyway during the 3 months that they were living there, right?
Yes, because there was a contention over some of these items between myself and the code enforcement
I understand,
officer.
so I'm correct on what I said.
Correct, yes.
All right, when did it finally get cleared up?
In August.
Okay, and is the place re-rented?
It is.
Okay, as of what, September?
September.
Okay, you moved
I have
out
a lease.
beginning of August, right?
August 3rd, yes, ma'am.
August 3rd, okay.
I have the closed code enforcement when he did get everything up to
Oh,
code.
you have it? Let's see it. So here's what we got. All right. Oh, let me see your pictures. These are pictures that you took while you were living there, right?
Yes, ma'am.
And these
okay.
we
And they're
sent to
important and
him.
relevant because here's where we are. You're trying to convince me that you should not have to pay any rent because A, there's 17 violations, and B, it's so uninhabitable that nobody should be even forced to pay 1 penny of rent. Not that you should get a rent reduction, but that you shouldn't have to pay a penny.
Shouldn't have been rented. Yeah.
This is really close-up pictures. What are you taking a picture of? I'm not sure.
That's the skirting around
There's
the
a
house.
further
There's
back
hole.
picture.
There is, if you look at the pictures, there is skirting around the house. There were just a few places where it was either loose or...
What is this a picture of?
That was how he filled one of the holes. We had animals running around under the house.
Who's this?
That's our puppy.
Oh, that's the one.
That was to keep us
How
safe.
did you have a puppy? Okay, I know, but I saw your lease. Your lease allowed you to have 2 cats. And you paid $100 each in pet fee for
Yes.
each of them. What would make you argue to me then that you shouldn't have to pay another $100 for the puppy that you got without paying a pet fee?
When
We offered to pay for the pet fee.
Okay, so you know you owe the pet fee, right? Because he's suing you for the pet fee here.
Yes.
Can I see your copy of the lease, please?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, according to this, all of these violations weren't closed out until September of 2011.
Yeah, it's been a year since we moved out.
Right. Have I now seen all of the pictures?
Yeah.
All right. I agree with you that the violations are such that you should be able to have a rent reduction. I do not agree with you that the violations are such that you should be able to skate rent-free for 3 months. Okay? I am going to order them to pay half of the rent is $795, right?
Correct.
$1,192 in rent for those 3 months. Okay? Not an early termination fee because you can't have both. As far as the repairs and extermination and pet fee, we've discussed that. And you folks are going to have to pay that as well because that's right in your lease. Know what you sign when you sign it. And that means a judgment in favor of the plaintiff in the amount of $1,537.32. But he already has a security deposit of how much?
$795.
So we're going to subtract that. And that leaves a judgment in favor of the plaintiff in the amount of $742.32. That's my judgment. Good luck, folks.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, so the plaintiff does collect some. Step on in here.
Yes.
What about what he got out of this? You satisfied how this came out?
No, honestly, well, I am a little hopeful that maybe everybody sees the kind of person that he is and the kind of house that he keeps.
Why didn't you check this this residence out more thoroughly before you moved in and found all this?
There were tenants there already, and when we got there the day after she moved out, so there was no layover time. So we really had no chance to see the house.
Well, what was your quality of life like with all these
It was
situations?
awful. It was terrible. It was just a
describing?
miserable existence, and we were just really happy to be out of it. And then a year later, he comes back, and it comes back to haunt us. But we're just glad that we never
read the
have
lease
to see
carefully.
anything.
Read it carefully
Yeah,
before
we
you
just
sign it
learn
next
from
time.
our mistakes.
Okay?
Absolutely.
Right around the corner. Go down this way. All right, let's see what the landlord has to say about the outcome here. How do you think you look in this whole deal here?
I don't know. I try and provide safe, clean, and affordable housing to everyone. Unfortunately, you get some people sometimes that don't want to take care of the property, and then they want to blame you for it.
Well, they had some valid complaints, right?
There were some valid complaints, yes, and I tried to address those the best I could.
Over to Harvey.
Okay, it's dangerous to withhold rent if the apartment isn't up to snuff. What you should do, if it really is a mess, you can put it in an escrow account. That way you're not showing the judge you're just not paying. You're putting the money in good faith, and then the judge can decide how much, if any, you're allowed to withhold. And that will do it for this case. Litigants for the next case on the way into the courtroom right now.
What if I told you you only have 12 hours to legally have sex?
To finding true love. Or just like a good guy.
From the director of Easy A and Anyone But You.
This whole thing is nuts.
There's nothing traditional about this night.
On August 7th, the clock starts on the summer's biggest rom-com.
I'm Owen.
Allie.
What about you and me?
Monica Barbaro, Callum Turner.
I've been told I'm a 7.
By who? Your mom?
Nah, she thinks I'm a 10.
One night only. Rated R. Only in theaters August 7th.
These are the plaintiffs, Ramon Chowdhury and his son Kartik Saini. Ramon says the defendant's son stole his son's scooter from a parking lot of a store. The defendants are now claiming they had nothing to do with the theft, but everyone knows that's not true, even the cops. They're suing for $1,000, the amount of a scooter and accessories. These are the defendants, Michelle Saunders and her son, Tajon. Michelle says everyone is accusing her son of stealing a scooter, but he had nothing to do with it. Her son wasn't arrested because the cops couldn't find the scooter in his possession, and they owe the plaintiffs zip all. They're accused of scooting the issue.
All parties, please raise your right hands.
Thank you, Douglas.
You're welcome, ma'am.
Ramon Chadari
Yes.
and Kartik Saini.
Kartik.
Okay. You are suing Michelle and Tajon Saunders? Okay, you're the mom?
Yes.
All right. For $1,000 for stolen property, because according to you, he stole your scooter, your helmet, and caused you to pay some monies in changing locks because your scooter keys were involved. Tell me what's going on.
Well, Your Honor, on June 8th, me and my friend went to the pawn shop, and I decided to stand outside. And when I was standing outside, the defendant was with a girl named Jennifer.
Is she in the car?
Yes.
Is he in the car?
Yes.
Okay, and you have driven to the pawn shop in your scooter?
Yes.
What kind of scooter?
It was a Tao. It was
Okay.
a 49cc.
Did you have any pictures of it?
No.
Okay, so go on.
Well, when I was talking to her, the defendant, he hopped on my scooter and drove off.
And took off.
Took off.
Just stole your scooter right in front of you with some, and he had been sitting in a car with somebody who can identify him.
Yeah, and she gave me false information about him.
What false information she give you?
She gave me the last name, Wilson.
Was Wilson ever one of his names for some reason?
No.
Go on.
Okay.
Do you know Jennifer?
Yes.
Who's Jennifer?
His friend.
Girlfriend or
Tajon's
friend?
Friend.
So at that point, I felt my attention was taken away from the scooter for a reason.
Yeah, you got had.
Yeah.
So then what happens? You call the police.
Called the police.
And then what?
The police, they couldn't really do much.
Why can't they do much? Because you didn't know who the guy was.
Yeah, until.
Okay, but how do you find out who the guy was then?
Because I knew his older sister, Erica Saunders.
Okay.
And I go and tell the cops. And by that time, the defendant was already in jail.
And then why wasn't there an arrest?
Because he was already in jail.
So what? Then he can be in jail on two things. Why didn't the police follow through? What did they say to you? Go ahead, Dad.
Your Honor, the detective says we cannot do anything anyway because he's a juvenile.
What does that have to do with it? Obviously, things can be done to a juvenile. They're just done in juvenile court. You still charge him with a crime, and then a judge decides a punishment. There's juvenile hall. There's okay. All right.
Exactly.
Just wait. Just stop. Stop. What's going on?
Your Honor, the day he said, I think he said June 8th, we was with my friend Jenny. He had came to the plaza we was in, talking about he's selling a scooter. I'm like, how much you selling it for? He like, yo, I was like, I want like 1,000, I'll take 8. I'm like, word? I'll probably get like 657. He like, you know how to ride? I'm like, yeah. He gave me his helmet and the keys. It was like, yo, where you going? I said, I'm gonna go down to the gas station, come right back up the street. I gets on, I'm gone for like 10 minutes.
And then
I came
what?
back to the plaza, he was gone. I don't know him.
Yeah, you know how people are constantly just leaving the plaza after 10 minutes? I guess my scooter's not coming back. I'm just gonna invest, 10 minutes, not a second more than 10 minutes. Mom, are you listening to him? Mm-hmm. You know this is a load of garbage, right?
So, are parents largely responsible when a kid becomes a criminal? You got a kid here, so I'm gonna ask you.
Yes, they're completely responsible because from a young age you have to mold them into the kind of adult that they should be.
What do you think? Are parents responsible if kid becomes criminal?
Oh, yeah, I think so. Just because, they, teach them what they do and stuff.
Fair enough. What do you think?
Yeah, I agree, because, your parent has to teach you how to be, proper values and all that. And if they don't teach you that, you become a criminal.
Interesting. Okay, very interesting. Going inside the courtroom.
He has 2 scooters, so he wasn't stealing nobody's scooter.
How'd he get the other 2?
I bought them.
In his statement, what he says is, I buy and sell scooters. That might be a reason to take a scooter so you can sell it. I don't know.
Yeah, but like he said, he came back 10 minutes later, he was going.
What was he in for now?
Fighting, not stealing. He never got arrested for nothing out stealing.
So you come back in 10 minutes, and the owner of a scooter has forfeited the scooter because he couldn't wait 10 minutes for a scooter. How'd you get home?
My house was directly across the street.
Okay, so he walks home rather than wait for his scooter, and then what? Where's the scooter?
Obviously, it's gone now.
No, it's not obvious to me because I don't live in this fairy tale land, so I don't know what you're gonna say next. Where did the scooter go?
I'm not sure.
Well, was it on the same day, a week later?
It was the next day. I still got his
Let's
key.
put ourselves, just a second, we're gonna put ourselves in your clown shoes and we're gonna come back to the plaza after 10 minutes. And when we come back, the guy who owns the scooter couldn't wait until minute 11. You then find yourself with a scooter and keys and a helmet. And of course you call the police to say, listen, there's a problem. You know, this guy might report his scooter stolen, but actually he's just an impatient fellow. So you did that, right? No. And then according to you, the next day the scooter's gone. Probably was. He probably sold it between those 2 days.
I was in jail. How I steal it?
Oh, you went to jail.
I just told you.
All right. And then you went to jail what, on day 2 or the day that you took the scooter?
Day 2.
Day 2. Show me the receipts for the scooter. Where was your helmet? On the scooter handlebars?
Yeah, it was attached.
Show me the receipts for the helmet. The $60 for 3 deadbolt locks, what is that?
It's the house locks. because
Once
he
you
had
had to
the
change
house
everything
keys.
once your
Yes.
keys were missing. All right, let me tell you what's going to happen, my friends. I am issuing a judgment in your favor in the exact amount of your losses, which are $999. Because I find that the story he's giving me is completely and totally preposterous. That judgment is against Tejan, not against his mother, because he's a grown thief on his own account, and she cannot be held legally responsible for what he does when he's thieving on his own.
I understand.
So that's dismissed against her. $999 against Tejan, verdict for the plaintiffs.
Scooter's at the police department.
Where were you when your son shows up with another scooter?
His scooter's at the police department.
Not according to the police.
So the decision goes against Tejan, not the mom. Come on out here, Tejan. What's your reaction to this situation that you're in now?
Bunch of stuff running through my mind, man. It's crazy how people switch a story up. But my ass, I just keep it the same.
Okay.
I don't even know him.
Okay. Well, when you got home with the scooter that day, did you think maybe why didn't you call the cops and say, hey, this scooter is here, or try to call Jennifer? You could have tried to call her, and she could have tried to get in contact with him because she knew who he was, right?
Yeah, I guess.
You could have done that. How come you didn't call her? Didn't think of it?
No.
At the time? All right. Okay.
All right, guys, right this way, please.
Right around this way.
Ladies, sir.
Okay, so step on in here. What's your feeling?
Well, I feel like it was a good judgment and it was fair.
He says you let him take it for a ride, no?
No.
You let him take it for a ride?
I was 20 to 30 feet away from the scooter while I had my back turned.
Are you going to go to the police department and follow up?
Yes, I am.
What are you going to ask for there?
I'm going to ask for my scooter, if it's there.
Okay. Harvey?
Okay, Kurt. So, in this case, the plaintiffs didn't file a police report, but the police actually did follow up on the initial complaint. They did an investigation, which is often done, and ultimately they couldn't figure it out. They didn't want to waste any more resources, so they informed the plaintiffs that the scooter simply could not be found.
Hi, Ryan Reynolds here for Mint Mobile. Are you looking for a beach read this summer? May I suggest your big wireless bill? It's got suspense, mystery, a slightly flat emotional arc, and a shocking twist where you realize you've been overpaying the entire time. Fortunately, though, Mint's story is better. Every plan, $15 a month, even unlimited. That's it. Happy ending, 0 tears.
Give it a try at mintmobile.com/switch.
Upfront payment of $45 for 3 months, $90 for 6 months, or $180 for 12-month plan required. $15 per month equivalent. Taxes and fees extra. Initial plan term only. Greater than 50 gigabytes may slow when network is busy. See terms.